This video is meant to understand some major forms of vegetative endocarditis. Now, vegetative endocarditis is deposition of the vegetation over the valvular endocardium. Generally, the valvular endocardium. So, if this is the valve, we have also the endocardium present over this valve, and deposition of this vegetation over this valvular endocardium is what is known as vegetative endocarditis. These vegetation may be sterile, okay, without any microorganism, or they may be unsterile. We'll discuss that further. So we have four major vegetation seen in four basic conditions we are going to talk about. The first one, we see these vegetation, okay, we see these small warty vegetation. These are small, these are warty, means they look wart like. These are also known as, that is why, verrucous vegetation. These are around 1 to 2 mm, and these are, if we see this, these are along this line of closure, small and warty vegetations, okay. These vegetations are seen in case of rheumatic heart disease. So the first vegetation, small warty verrucous vegetation in RHD. The second vegetation we are going to talk about is this one. These appear large in size, okay. These are also irregular, and these are friable, okay. So these are large, they appear irregular in shape, and these are friable. Not only these are friable, these are also destructive, means these vegetation are going to cause lot of destruction. And these are unsterile, means they have microorganism in them. So this is seen in case of infective endocarditis, okay. Infective endocarditis shows these kind of large friable vegetation. One more problem with these large friable vegetation we are going to discuss is, so if this is the schematic diagram of one side of heart, this is the atria, this is the ventricle, this is the outgoing vessel from it. So here atria and ventricle are connected by a bicuspid or tricuspid valve, and here we have our semilunar valve. Here the valve of interest is this, that is the bicuspid or tricuspid valve. So here we have deposition of this special vegetation that is unsterile, large, irregular and friable, okay. And this is our pericardium surrounding our myocardium. Now this vegetation are prone to do many things, and one of them is septal perforation. It can perforate the septa. It can infect the myocardium. Myocardial infection will lead to myocardial abscess. It can also go into pericardium, leading to a pericardial abscess. Not only this, it can go into systemic circulation, okay. When it goes into the systemic circulation, it can lead to two things, okay. So it goes into the systemic circulation, it can lead to either the mycotic aneurysm, okay. The name mycotic aneurysm actually is a misnomer. So mycotic aneurysm by name refers to an aneurysm due to some mycotic organism, that is fungus, but it is actually because of Staph aureus, which is also the organism that causes the infective endocarditis. Not only this, the organism reaching the blood also causes a septic infarct, okay. So this is what is seen in case of infective endocarditis. Now the third vegetation we are going to talk about is this one, okay. So here we are seeing some vegetation which are small to medium in size. These appear small to medium in size, okay. This is a magnified image, so appearing a little larger. These vegetation are small to medium in size. One special thing also along with them is these are sterile. And one more very special thing about them is they are multiple in numbers, as well as these are seen in some special condition, and these special condition are hypercoagulable state. Now this hypercoagulable state can be seen in many conditions. One of very important condition is malignancy. So these vegetation are associated with lot of malignancy we are going to study. Not only malignancy, it is associated with chronic DIC causing condition. So any condition that causes chronic DIC is going to cause this vegetation. Also these vegetation are loosely attached, okay. So unlike the other vegetation, or like the infective endocarditis vegetation, these are loosely attached. Because these are loosely attached, these become the source of embolus. So these are going to be released and they become source of embolus. And because these are source of embolus, they are also known as merantic endocarditis. But the actual name of these vegetation is non-bacterial thrombotic endocarditis. Means these are not caused by any bacteria, but they are caused in condition which lead to thrombosis, and this is known as non-bacterial thrombotic endocarditis. The last vegetation we are going to study about is the one which is caused in an autoimmune condition. Okay, so this is the vegetation we are watching. One special thing about this vegetation is these are found, if this is the line of closure, okay, if this is the line of closure of the valve, okay, one place where it coabs first. So some vegetation are seen below this and some vegetation are seen above the line of closure. So this special thing about this vegetation is these vegetation are again small to medium, and these are seen on either one side or both side of the endocardium. Okay, and also these are sterile vegetation. Sterile because these are formed by immune complex deposition, since the SLE is a type 3 hypersensitivity reaction, and these special vegetation formed on both the side are seen in case of SLE. These are formed by immune complex deposits over the valve formed by type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. Okay, so type 3 hypersensitivity reaction leads to formation of immune complex which are deposited in the valve. Okay, this deposition of immune complex in the valve will lead to vasculitis, and finally it will lead to fibrinoid necrosis. This fibrinoid necrosis is the cause which finally causes the scarring of the valve. And this special type of valvular vegetation that is seen in case of SLE is what is known as ligament sac endocarditis. Okay, so in this video we studied about 4 vegetation. The first one was small warty vegetation seen in case of RSD, large irregular friable vegetation which are unsterile seen in case of infective endocarditis, prone to cause destruction. The vegetation which are small to medium sterile vegetation seen in hypercoagulable state seen along the line of closure. Okay, non-bacterial thrombotic endocarditis. Notice only one vegetation which is found above, below, or on the one side of the line of closure is ligament sac endocarditis seen in case of SLE. These are also sterile vegetation. So these were some bits about the major forms of vegetative endocarditis. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.